The primary reason your ex would most likely contact you again following a breakup. One of the most effective strategies for helping ex-partners get beyond a split is a no-contact policy. Additionally, after a split, one must cut off all communication with an ex in order to get their ex-partner back. You don't communicate on the phone, text, or stalk each other online. Also, it entails severing all links with their loved ones and friends. Anything will do to completely eliminate your ex from your life. Avoiding touch is a kind of coping strategy that helps in processing the grief you are feeling after a breakup. It has been very successful. It is thus intended to divert your attention from your ex and direct it toward healing and personal development. Numerous individuals abuse the phrase no contact. They misuse this technique by placing too much emphasis on getting their ex to miss them. Your time apart gives you the opportunity to reflect on the conclusion of your relationship and express your regrets. Put yourself in the right frame of mind and think about what's going to happen in the future. The likelihood that your ex may come back should be the absolute last thing that you think about. It is only an additional advantage that may be gained from the overall strategy. In order to make an educated choice regarding whether to reconcile with your ex, you should put yourself first and focus on your recovery. Let's look at our viewers' prior experiences to determine how long it will take for the strategy to be effective before we discuss the reasons why your ex will likely reappear after a period of no contact. The no contact rule is difficult to adhere to, despite its potential effectiveness. The person practicing it has a difficult time since they have to disregard their ex's calls and texts, even when they miss them terribly. The longer duration will be more successful in making your ex miss you and teaching them a vital lesson. But you should wait at least 3 to 4 weeks before you establish any kind of contact with them. 6 weeks, which is about the maximum duration for this procedure, is what some individuals choose to perform. We often see our viewers moving on happier than even after recognizing that they are better off without their ex's presence in their lives. Whatever the result may be, you shouldn't even consider that. Instead, you should first prioritize your recovery. Here is what your ex will go through in phases if they are the ones who ended the relationship after you opt to employ the no contact rule. Stage number 1. A sense of relief. Breaking up with a partner is never an easy process. As a consequence of this, the damper had a sense of relief when the no contact rule was implemented. It offers the perfect distraction for them so that they don't have to cope with difficult sentiments and questions. Stage number 2. They become curious. After a few weeks, people will begin to wonder why you are keeping such a low profile. Your previous partner is going to be inquisitive about where you have been, what you have been up to, and why you haven't made any attempts to mend the relationship. Stage 3. Thoughts about you. About a week after Stage 2 concludes, Stage 3 begins, which is when your ex starts to actually worry about you and wonder why you aren't begging with them to get back together. This stage often lasts for about a month after Stage 2 concludes. Your former partner will be completely preoccupied with thoughts of you and unable to shake the feeling that he or she cannot live without you if the scenario plays out. In the event that they have not done so before, they will make an effort to get in contact with you sometime between the 3rd and 4th week. Stage 4. Attempts to capture your attention. If they have, they will considerably more relentless in this area. They will now want to resume operations, but you should resist the temptation and wait a few more days. To get your attention via social media postings, they could even engage in a rebound relationship or attempt to make you envious with pictures of new individuals they recently met. Considering that everything they do is all for show, now is not the time to give in. Stage 5. Regrets begin to surface. The 5th and final stage is when your ex goes through intense pain and suffering as a result of terminating the relationship with you. To begin, as they parted ways, They had a sense of utter mastery over their situation, but you didn't give them what they were expecting for, which was for you to beg them to take you back. You didn't give them what they were looking for. Instead, you went into the no-contact phase, which caused your ex to be completely perplexed by the situation. Because of this, your ex will go through the breakup now, rather than previously, with the awareness that this time around, he or she may lose you for good. The realization you have reached at this juncture is what will encourage your ex to get back in touch with you once the no-contact time has passed. Your former partner will develop a more favorable impression of you once they have the realization that you are not the hopeless person they had imagined you to be. You are always more desirable than they are because you are more attractive to others and more self-reliant than they are. If you want to move on with your life and you make the decision not to get back together with your ex at this time, it will be tough for your ex to accept the breakup. In point of fact, the no-contact policy makes it more difficult for the person on the losing end of the split to let go and go on. This rule might be thought of as an application of reverse psychology. By promoting the opposite of a given activity, it is in a sense pushing someone to pursue that action. Because they expected you'd be desperate and available at any moment when they broke up with you, your ex will want to get back together if you choose to follow the no-contact rule. They first claimed that the lack of contact didn't upset them, but as time went on, your continued lack of contact confused them. They'll attempt to figure out what's wrong with you and why you suddenly vanish. Your ex will be increasingly curious as time goes on if you put off talking to them. They'll seem perplexed at first, and then they'll attempt to make you envious. When nothing seems to be working, your ex will be frustrated and anxious to see you again once her first phase of rage has passed. You finally cave in and respond to their messages when they show signs of missing you and wishing they could bring you back into their life. If this is done earlier, the impact of not being able to be touched will be nullified. This is the primary reason why exes often reappear after a period of time, during which there has been no communication between the parties. If they really cared about you in the past, your ex will come back to you if you give them time and space to think about how much they miss you, and don't put pressure on them to get back together with you. We've reached the end of another video, and thank you for watching. I hope we have learned and answered your question. Will my ex come back after no contact? If you like this video, do give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. Thank you and goodbye.